Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. In the last episode, we discovered a rather shocking revelation down at the bottom of the well that we saw where Mario was. He was trapped in that painting by King Boo, and so I mean, we already knew beforehand that he got captured, but yeah, we saw where he was, and so that was actually our end goal, to find him. And so in this episode, it's going to take a lot for us to actually get to him, though, so... yeah, we're still exploring a bit further in Mansion. I mean, you know, even though this game is relatively short, spoiler warning, it actually is a pretty short game. Oh, shit, there was a gold mouse that was just running over there. Because I heard the jingle during this recording about, like, something going on. I didn't know what it was, though, but then I saw there was the gold mouse, and so it ran off, and so I missed my chance for, some extra dough and all that. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I remember. So yeah, this game is relatively short, though. You know, kind of like, well, probably at most 7 hours at the very least. So, I mean, so it's not going to take that long for us to get to the end game, though. I mean, we're pretty much halfway there, actually. Yeah, I felt like I just started this Let's Play, and so, yeah, we're just already halfway there. But, you know, there's still quite a bit of effort we have to do before we get to Mario, so it's all going to take a while. This here is a billiards room, and there is this guy here. You want some of this? Oh, what are you going to just hit me with that pole? Okay, not really. This here is Slim Bank Shot. And so right now he's playing some pool, as you can see here on the pool table. And so what he's gonna do is that he's gonna shoot his ball over to those billiards. And so we have to do very much similar to Nana, is that you have to they'll start flying all over the room, and so you have to suck up one of the billiards to the poltergeist, and so you just have to release it and then just send it right there. Now, this one can be a bit of a chore to do. Well, it's mainly because, you know, it kind of takes a while for him to get his position, and then he'll start using his ball to hit the billiards, and so you just have to wait till then, though. Also, whenever you bump into something, or the billiard actually hits one of the objects, or like the pool table, they'll actually just let go of the vacuum, and so you have to keep catching it until before they disappear, because that's what they'll do. And after 3 hits, then they can go and suck him up. And he's actually very nimble too. As you can see, he's like really trying his damnedest to actually escape from the from being sucked in, because of how fast he is. And so yeah, he's very nimble like that. He's very accurate. Well, mainly for one thing, you know, he's very thin and all that. So he's definitely one of the more nimble ones. I mean, that's the name Slim Bank Shot, because he has Slim in his name. You know, kind of meaningful. Now, thankfully, even after you fail this one thing, and actually you're given another chance to just hit him again, and then after just once, then he'll get stunned again. So that way you're actually stuck him. You don't really have to do, you know, another repeated process here and there. But, you know, he's definitely one of the more rebellious ones, and, you know, very much determined. As you can see here, like, he's really going at it. Like, he's really not so desperate to not want to get in there. So he's just, you know, trying his damnedest to actually get in here. Or, well, I mean, to not get in the vacuum. Alright, and that's taken care of, so it's more the mother load. Oh, the mother load, another diamond for me. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm gonna be so fairly sick and rich. Aha, take that, Wario. Well, even though it's not supposed to be Wario, that's my arch nemesis. It's Waluigi, even though he's very much a butt monkey, and Nintendo hates him for some reason, including Sakurai. Why he's never gotten invited to Smash Brothers. Alright, so this guy's Boo-hoo? Let me guess. He died from, you know, from crying so much, and so, and I don't know. I guess, you know, it has the same Boo-hoo, so, I mean, I don't think it's really possible or anything like that, though, but, I mean, well, is it possible to actually die from heartbreak or something like that, though? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't, though. Alright, so I'm gonna go stay around here because I know there's gonna be some, well, actually there is, though. So I'm just gonna, you know, keep on using the poltergeist on the ceiling fan up here. Can I just say one thing about the mirror, though? I mean, I know clearly they're mirrors, just seeing their reflection, but they're not really seen as mirrors, honestly. And I don't know if it's because some kind of a graphical limitation or something like that, though. Well, it can be, though, because this is a GameCube, you know, definitely much more powerful than the N64. Because, like, you know, this looks more like a poster than a mirror. Because, you know, it clearly doesn't look like it, or at least, you know, actually, no, scratch that. It actually looks more like a TV screen that's, you know, or a poster screen, and, you know, it's actually used as a mirror. Which is weird, though, because despite this being on the GameCube, which is actually more powerful hardware than the N64, if the N64 can actually handle mirrors, because you can actually very much tell, you know, in Mario 64 in the one mirror room. So, that's, so I don't know why, though. Maybe some they overlooked it or something like that there, but I don't know. Alright, so this here is the projection room, and so for this right here, if you turn on to the projector, and then it'll start to light up, and nothing ever shows, honestly, in that on that screen. But in this room here, so these ghosts that you're sucking up are completely invisible, but you can actually only see their silhouettes on the screen itself, so only they can be seen. And, well, I guess you can actually just use that for, I don't know, maybe like finger puppets or something like that, though. But, yeah, right now only their shadows or their silhouettes can be seen here, which, honestly, is actually kind of impressive still. Just seeing how they're still animated. They're just on the screen. And so, yeah, you know, I gotta say, just, you know, seeing the silhouettes and all that, then, you know, it's still impressive, you know, the way they move around, they actually animate, so... but once you actually shine the flashlight into them, then that's when they actually start to reveal themselves, and so you can actually go ahead and suck them up just like that there. But you do want to take a look closely on where exactly they are, though, and yeah, especially because, you know, they're grabby ghosts, and those are the kind of grabby ghosts that are that take damage whenever they grab hold of you. Which, you know, again, very much kind of like the Redeads in Ocarina of Time or any of the other subsequent Zelda games they appear in, where, you know, they just they latch onto you and then they drain your health just by biting you. Which, honestly, though, I mean, even though it is, I mean, I want to say it is kind of a reference to that, though, but probably not as creepy, though, at the very least. Oh, look at that, Mario's glove. Ew, it's a little sweaty. Why did you pick that up? Ew, a little sweaty here. Man, it's almost as if Mario never takes off his gloves. Well, then again, though, he actually, well, eventually, much later on. Oh, freshly shampoo. Oh, you must have gotten this from, what was it, ShamWow? Were ShamWows everything in 2001? Well, you know, that was by the time when this game was released. You know, back in 2001, because that was you know, because it was a launch title for the GameCube, because that was around when the GameCube was just released, and then this game was just a launch title. But let's see here. Yeah, so it wasn't so later that, you know, where, you know, Mario actually does take off his gloves. I mean, take a look at Super Mario Odyssey, where actually he does take it off, you know, with his different outfits and all that. But, shit, what was I gonna say? I was trying to think, you know, I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about something else, but, it was something about, damn it, I'm never gonna remember what it was, though. I'll probably just have to, you know, figure it out eventually. Oh, that's right, I remember. So, yeah, I was going by the Redeads bit here, so, yeah, so probably not as creepy, though, although I guess it's still creepy anyway, because, you know, they're called grabby ghosts and kind of sound a little uncomfortable in a way. But maybe not as morbid at the very least, though, because morbids were fucking terrible. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. I call them morbids for some reason, even though that's what they are, though, but yeah, I just had a brain fart just now, but Redeads, they're definitely a lot more morbid at the very least, though, because they're, you know, they're definitely a lot more terrifying. And more creepy like, so yeah, but at the very least, though, then, you know, they're you know, still goofy looking at the very least, and those grabby ghosts. But anyway, so we're actually gonna be we're doing a little bit of backtracking into the to a previous hallway, to a room that, you know, we got the key to a room that we never got to visit because we didn't have the key for that. This here is a twins room, and so what we have to do is that you want to start by climbing the top bunk, or, well, maybe not so much at the top bunk itself, though, on the bunk beds. But yeah, this one here is a little bit finicky, because what we have to do is that you see those rotating planes on the ceiling. Yeah, you have to actually rotate them around, and so that way there you'll actually get the some other portrait ghosts to appear. But it is very troublesome to actually do, and, you know, it's a little bit finicky because you have to move around while you rotate the ceiling plane decorations. As a matter of fact, you actually have, well, I think you have to go down to the floor and from the bunk bed itself to actually, you know, just kind of rotate the whole plane around. And so, yeah, it can be troublesome, but, you know, just make sure you just try to keep rotating until they actually appear. It does feel a little awkward too, honestly, though. And there we go. Alright, so this here is the twins. This here is Henry and Orville. Hey, mister, what are you doing over there all by yourself? Hey, why don't you play hide and seek with us? Ha 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 ha. Okay, yeah, sure, fine, I'll play. Yay, we're gonna hide now. Wait outside. Alright, so yeah, they're gonna play a game of hide and seek here. So, so basically, these twins here, they're named, yeah, like I said, their name's Henry and Orville. And so, there's supposed to be a reference to the Wright brothers, except, well, one of them's supposed to be named Orville, but the other one's supposed to be Wilbur. So we have, you know, Wilbur and Orville Wright, and so, you know, see the planes here. So yeah, they're definitely a reference to the Wright brothers, because, you know, since they're the ones that invented the airplanes to begin with. So what we have to do here is that for this whole gimmick, you see that they have these boxes. They're basically hiding in the boxes here. You use the poltergeist on them, and you actually, if one of them rattles, then one of the twins are hiding in there. And so you actually have to find both of them. And so after you find both of them, for some reason they actually accused Luigi of cheating. Well, even though that's kind of supposed to be what hide and seek is supposed to be anyway, yeah, what they do is they'll actually start to attack, and one of them will drive a car, and the other one will fly the plane. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Warthel's one who flies the plane, the one in the red shirt. So yeah, probably a reference to the Wright brothers at the very least, with them flying the plane. And so what you have to do is that you actually have to suck up their toy vehicles first, and then once you do that, then you'll be able to immediately suck them up here. And I kind of goofed on that one though because you know I accidentally left out the R button to suck them up, and so I got back on the toy car. But yeah, I can actually immediately just suck them up after sucking up the toy vehicles first, and then there we go. Yeah, and that though, then it should be just smooth sailing after that. So, and yeah, watch out for the poison mushrooms there. And then there we go. I don't know exactly how they died. I mean, well, there's gonna be another one of the portrait ghosts I actually know about how they died. We have Mario's shoe. It smells like Mario's feet. Ew. Does Luigi actually know about Mario's own smell? I mean, well, he has to because you know they're brothers and you know they since they live together. Call me Boris. Und be afraid. Oh yeah, well, it must be a German boo. Yeah, hello there, Boris. Boris? Well, even the two O's there, then, you know, they probably would just, you know, say Boris or something like that, though, but, you know, it's supposed to be pronounced Boris, because, you know, it's boo. But, yeah, there we go. Yeah, at least I had some good luck with, you know, with some of those moves here. You know, the elements, yeah, you tell us about the elements. We already know about all that here. Triangular relationship, which say water beats fire, fire beats ice, and ice beats water. Yeah, elemental rock, paper, scissors there, or, you know, very much like, you know, how the whole weakness for Pokemon works, like you know with you know fire being strong against ice, and then water being strong against fire, and then and I guess you know so on and so forth. So yeah, elemental rock paper scissors here, folks, just like in Pokemon. But yeah, it's kind of weird though, you know, with the whole descriptions of finding Mario's possessions. And, you know, saying it smells like Mario's feet. Like, ew, why would Luigi ever do that? You know, it's smelling Mario's feet. Ugh. I mean, I mean, maybe you probably would know, so, because, you know, considering that they, well, since they're brothers and, you know, they have their own house and, you know, they live together, so. But, yeah, what we're actually doing here is that, mainly for this episode, is that we're actually going to go and get the rest of Mario's belongings, because in previous episodes, so far we had, let's see, we had Mario's cap, and then we had his letter. And so, yeah, what we're doing here is that we're going to be finding the rest of Mario's belongings. And so, if you actually remember Madame Clairvoya, the fortune teller, she says that you have to bring her some items. And so, so basically that's the kind of whole gist of it here for this episode, is that we're going to go and collect the rest of Mario's items. And so we have to bring them over to Madame Clairvoya. And they're actually supposed to be clues onto Mario's whereabouts, or, you know, or basically what's happening to him. Even though we technically know where Mario is, and so, because, you know, we already found him by the bottom of the well. But there's supposed to be, like, you know, clues or evidence of, you know, what happened to Mario and where he is, and so we just have to bring them over to Madame Clairvoya, and so she'll tell us about, you know, what happened, and so that actually helps us further. Alright, so we're here in the Astral Hall, and so, the first thing we have to do is we have to bring the fire element over, and so, well, there's already that spectral that's right there, so I didn't really need to go all the way back over to the dining room to get that fire specter. And so we actually have to light all those candles, and so this will trigger a little gauntlet for us. And so you know, just to go through that there. So yeah, that's where the gauntlet starts. But yeah, so I had to go back over and get that fire specter, get the fire element. Which I gotta say though, the one gripe I actually have with this game is that. You know, one thing I really wish it does, you know, I really wish that this game would actually allow us to, you know, once we have all the elements with us, I actually really wish they would allow us to switch over the elements, you know, just say, you know, press a button to actually manually switch the elements, instead of just having to go to different rooms and stuck with the specters just to get the elements themselves. And so, yeah, that's actually the one problem I have with it, though. I wish they would just, you know, just allow us to actually switch over the elements. I don't know if the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion actually ever fixed that issue, though. I mean, because, don't quote me on that one, though, because I've never actually played the 3DS version. And from what I've heard from other people is that I heard it's not as great as this game, though, honestly, though. But, again, I don't know if they ever fix this kind of issue or this whole thing, you know, with being able to switch over elements, so I don't know. I might see for myself, though. But, yeah, at the moment, I've never played the 3DS version, though. And, I mean, at the time, though, I probably didn't really seem as interested, though, because, I mean, I've heard that, you know, it's really not as great, though, but I don't know. Might have to try it eventually at some point. Alright, so after that gauntlet's done to take care of, yeah, it's actually been a long time since we've seen the ghost versions of the Shy Guys. And so there's one other boo that we gotta catch here first, so let's go ahead and, yeah, I think it's definitely open, and it's a little essay here. It's Boonswoggle! So, yeah, Boonswoggle, well, I actually ended up losing losing this boo, though, because, yeah, see, he just went into the other room without me even had the chance to try. Now, thankfully, though, I actually know where that boo is, though, because it's actually where the second floor is, though, and he's actually located in a room in which we had to backtrack to other different rooms that we've already been to previously just to catch him. But, yeah, he was definitely a finicky one, too, because, you know, he definitely managed to disappear into the other room, so... Yeah, so I've actually, even though I actually did have some luck with getting the other boos, and so just getting to the other rooms, and so just catching him right then and there, but yeah, I definitely lost Boonswoggle there. Alright, so here we are at the observatory, and so we look into this telescope. Yeah, we're just looking into outer space here. Yeah, this is literally like, you know, this is way before Super Mario Galaxy, folks. Well, even though Paper Mario actually kind of referenced that, you know, with Peach's castle being lifted up to the to space, but... Oh, look at that here. We're out into space here. Yeah, again, Super Mario Galaxy before Super Mario Galaxy. I guess a little early sneak preview for that here, too. Alright, so what we have to do is that we see these shooting stars, or, well, it's supposed to be stars, but kind of like, you know, small little meteors, or very much like stars. What we have to do is that we have to suck them up with the poltergust, and so we have to, well, we have to shoot them over the moon, and the moon explodes. Oh, yeah, look at that there. Yeah, Dr. Eggman must have actually just only blew a part of the moon. Now I'm just gonna finish the job here. So yeah, what is with games, you know, just having things against moons or something like that? Look at that, a power star! Oh my god, we're collecting power stars again. So, oh wow, I guess it is a collectathon after all, just collecting power stars and not so much with the boos. Okay, no, just kidding. So we go across this starry road here. Yeah, again, like Paper Mario 64. We have Mario Star. My, what glittering beauty! Alright, so yeah, apparently this was another one of Mario's possessions with the Power Star. So yeah, after blowing the moon here, and so we can actually just take out the Power Star, and so, or at least a Mario Star. And I believe this is actually the very last of Mario's possessions to collect here. So we have Mario's cap, we have the letter, we have the shoe, we have the glove, and so now we have the star. So yeah, that's all 5 of the possessions that we have here, and so we got all of them. So we're gonna go and take them over to Madame Clairvoya, But first things first, though, we're gonna go ahead and backtrack over to where that one room is. So where we first met Professor Egad, very early into the game. And so this is actually where Boonswoggle is gonna be hiding. And so let's go look in here, and there he is. You'll have at me, why don't you? So yeah, usually whenever the boos will go into different rooms, they'll actually hide in different places again. So you actually have to start looking for them, and so they can actually just expose them and then just suck them up. And so now that we got in the back room, we're gonna go ahead and cut back over to the fortune teller's room. So let's go ahead and go back over to where Madame Clairvoya is. So now that we have all of Mario's possessions, we're gonna go ahead and show them to her, and so we'll be able to get more clues. What is this object you have here? Show it, please, to Madame Clairvoya. What is this? If it isn't Mario's glove. Aha, still damp with the sweat of the living. Just one moment. Did I just say Mario? Would it be that Mario? Ah, I see now. Well, I see everything, so I saw it before. But now I really see it. So you are the brother of the famous Mario, and you have come to this place to find him. Well, aren't you a good little brother? Excuse me, I don't laugh much. Oh, they come. Now the spirits come. Come, spirits of power. Come, spirits of sight. Show to me the awful things occurring here tonight. Crystal orb, symbol of my clan. Use your duckling power to show us all you could. Show us all you can. Show us this Mario. The light of the spirits comes. Show us what we seek. Alright, so she's gonna see her in crystal ball. Oh, I see that your Mario lives. Well, he is not in the spirit world, but one cannot say he is alive. Excuse me, sorry.
Where is he? Where is he now? Ah, the spirits fall silent. This is all I can tell you for now. Bring to me another clue, and I will show your brother to you. This clue no longer speaks to us.
Well, we already have all 5 of the clues anyway, so I'm gonna go keep talking to her. Basically, it's always, yeah, just doing a bunch of button mashing here.
Why the soul so worn, as if he's walked 1,000 miles?
Yeah, it's basically all it is. You know, because I have all of the items here, then, you know, I'm basically just mashing the A button through the dialogue. And, you know, just, you know, going all this dialogue here. Alright, so this next one here.
Oh, your Mario's imprisoned, but where? Oh, where is he being held? Yes, a painting. Your Mario has been imprisoned within a painting. My orb shows an odd altar. Come on, you stupid orb. Yes, above it, your Mario, trapped in a painting. Ah, I cannot concentrate. The spirits are leaving me.
If you should know more about... Okay, yeah, we're just going to bring more of his dry times here, which, of course, we will once again. Alright, so next one. It is a Mario's letter. Give it to me. I will read it at once. Sure, it's okay. I'm a licensed letter reader. Yeah. Look out for booze, Luigi.
Is that all? Not the novelist, your Mario? This must have been written in quite a hurry.
Oh, yeah, definitely have a permission here. Yeah, I guess you have a license for everything. You actually can just go read letters, you cheap little letter reader. What is it? You may read diaries too? Are you a licensed diary reader too?
Listen, can you hear it? The inner voice of your sweet beloved Mario. Oh, horrors, what is this? A king? King Boo? What is this King Boo? I do not understand just what he means, but beware of King Boo. This is what your brother wishes to say to you. Oh yes, a Boo who wears a crown, I see. This is King Boo. So, he is the one who has captured your Mario. I can say no more. Yeah, spirits leave her even now, but there's another item we get to show to her. And so the next one, Mario Star. What otherworldly beauty.
Alright, so let's see what's the next kind of vision that she has for us in her little crystal ball here. Yeah, blah, 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 I know, all that here that we already know. And so for that we seek.
I can hear it, your brother Mario. He cries out for you. What? The power of the Boos? You wish to tell us something of their mysterious Boo power? Oh, the Boos do indeed have strange powers. When they gather in numbers, their power grows stronger. But they do fear your mighty Poltergeist 3000. I fear that I only enough power within me to read one more of your brother's dropped items. So yeah, there's gonna be the last one, which I believe is gonna be the hat that she wants to look at here. There's this one. It is a Mario's hat. Why it's so clean, as if someone just washed it. Sorry, sometimes I like to add a little drama, you know. Yeah, it's always like somebody wants to sell me something. I told you it was onto us. All right, so let's see what's gonna be the next vision for us here, or the very last one. The light of the spirits comes. Ah, the spirits return to me. I see. Dear Mario, the scene appears before me. Well, what is this? Bowser? How can this be? I see the hideous form of Bowser. Is Bowser somewhere in this mansion? I cannot believe it. And yet I see it. I thought that Mario sadly defeated Bowser. Has King Boo somehow revived Bowser? But wait, what do you mean by revived? I mean, he hasn't really died, though. Unless you count New Super Mario Bros. DS. This is all I can show you, Luigi. That was the last of my power, but I have given words to what the spirits have shown, and so I can return to my painting satisfied. Send me there now, you vacuum-wielding rogue. Ah, finally, I can return in peace to my painting. Sweet happiness and oils. I thank you, kind Luigi. Alright, so yeah, she's gonna allow herself to go into the painting, except of course she's actually still struggling to get go through. It's like, oh no, I don't want to go back in there! Yeah, so thankfully though, this is actually one of the, yeah, Madame Clairvoya is actually one of the friendlier portrait ghosts, and so, unlike all the rest, she actually is, well, at the very least, she is willing to actually go back into the painting, though. But that's all hampered by the fact that she actually still struggles to get in there, but she doesn't really try to actually, you know, to actually just let go there, and she still throws poison mushrooms at you, though, so, I don't know, it's just complicated, so. Alright, so let's go pick up the key that's right here, and there's one more Boo for us to catch. And there we go. So at least, you know, we got some further progress, you know, where we can actually be able to find Mario. And so this one's up on the third floor. Let's go ahead and find this Boo here. Hi, I'm Luigi. I mean, Booigi. Oh, Booigi. Oh, that's identity crisis. At least, you know, that's, you know, 20 HP here, so. Alright, so that's the oh, and, you know, more special information here. Ghosts other than the Boos will not appear in the direction you're looking, so you have to sneak up on them backward. But I bet you knew that already, huh? Well, except I never even really used that kind of technique before. Even though it actually still works, so.
All right, so now we've actually turned all of Mario's possessions to Madame Clairvoya, and so we got the boost capture, and so we're gonna go ahead and end on this episode here. So next time on Let's Play Luigi's Mansion, we're gonna go explore further in Area 3, and so you know, now we know about more stuff about Mario, and so we'll be able to do some further progression here. And so with that, I will see you guys next time.